Nobody did glitz and glam quite like the old Hollywood from old age. They had filmmaking down to an art form and a highly efficient business, right or wrong. Today we've come up with a collection of 40 vintage photos of the hottest models you must see to the end. Today's list features some of the most stunning and beautiful classic Hollywood ladies. Though there are many more gorgeous and successful classic actresses, this list focuses on those whose images drew worldwide notice, with some even being called sex symbols. First on our list, Marilyn Monroe enjoys the waves at the beach sometime. Marilyn Monroe was an American actress, model, and singer. Famous for playing comic blonde bombshell characters, she became one of the most popular sex symbols of the 1950s and early 1960s, as well as an emblem of the era's sexual revolution. This one you can see is a photo of Lucille Ball. She's wearing a strapless swimsuit in Best Foot Forward, circa 1943. Lucille Desiree Ball was an American actress, comedian, and producer. She was nominated for 13 Primetime Emmy Awards, winning 5 times, and was the recipient of several other accolades, such as the Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award and 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In the next one, you see Bette Davis dip her feet into the sand during a break while filming a scene for The Bridge Came COD in Death Valley, California, 1941. In her fur-trimmed jacket, the actress has not dressed adequately for the beach. How can we forget her? Joan Crawford listens to director Curtis Burthard's notes on the set of Possessed. Is this any obvious indication that the actress is in between takes, knitting needles in her hand? Was a hobby she enjoyed during her downtime on set. This cute picture shows a 2-year-old Liza Minnelli visiting her mother, Judy Garland, on the set of Words and Music in 1948. Grace Kelly, as a young actress dressed up as a nurse for an episode of CBS's anthology series Studio One in Hollywood in 1950. The future Princess of Monaco would then go on to star in films no matter what. She's someone I'd love to date with. This one shows Jane Mansfield and Joan Collins emerging from a trailer on the set of their 1957 film, The Wayward Bus. The film was based on John Steinbeck's novel and was one of Mansfield's first major film roles. Tippi Hedren stands on the set of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds with an olive green outfit and pearls. The actress collaborated with legendary filmmaker on both the 1963 thriller and Marine a year later, but their working relationship ended after she refused his romantic approaches. Glam can't spell itself when it sees this woman. On the set of The Property is Condemned, Natalie Wood is surrounded by a team of cosmetics and hairstylists who were tasked with touching her up. What do you think? Isn't she so pretty? Grace Patricia Kelly was born on November 12, 1929 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to wealthy parents. Her childhood was mostly boring, although one of her dreams was to become an actor, which she has decided on a young age. Grace left home after graduating from high school in 1947, coming to New York's bright lights to try her fortunes. Who do you think looked the most glamorous? These were just 10 of that. Won't it be too short to judge? Next up we have Greta, was offered an MGM contract at the age of 18 and went on to get an Oscar nomination for her role in Anne Christie. Her most famous work is Anna Karenina, a critical success that cemented her goddess status. This image features Katharine Hepburn. The smart Connecticut girl smashed Academy Award records, winning 4 Oscars and receiving numerous nominations. It's funny to think of the woman often hailed as the most beautiful in Hollywood's history was once a Southern farm girl, but Ava Gardner is an exception. Elizabeth Taylor pushed to stardom at the age of 12 with her performance in National Velvet. She has performed in numerous films and is regarded as the industry's grande dame. Bridget Bardot, who was impossibly gorgeous, caused a stampede in theaters when her films were released, but the actress was never quite satisfied with fame and retired at 39. Born to Hollywood's most royal of families, Jane Fonda has held up a respectable acting career over many decades. Faye Dunaway will always be remembered as bank robber Bonnie in the 1967 hit movie, but she was equally as alluring in Chinatown and the original The Thomas Crown Affair. Farrah Fawcett is pictured here after starring in the TV show Charlie's Angels. This Texan beauty became a poster girl for a generation in the 1970s. Halle Berry received an Oscar for her performance in Monsters Ball and has always sought to balance blockbuster parts like X-Men with those that allow her to showcase her true talents. This is Julia Roberts, and her arresting looks have never been girl next door. but that has only made us love her more, as she was just voted People's Magazine's most beautiful for a record 6th time. Jayne Mansfield is not only one of the most beautiful ladies of the 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s, but she is also one of the most beautiful women of all time. Farrah Fawcett is widely regarded as one of the most iconic and attractive ladies in Hollywood history. She was not only a fantastic performer, but she was also a savvy businesswoman. Anne Margaret was once dubbed the female Elvis Presley, and she caught Hollywood by storm in the 1960s. Her beauty and talent as a singer and actor were unrivaled throughout her career, which spanned more than 5 decades. Jane Seymour rose to prominence in the early 1970s for her performance in the James Bond film Live and Let Die. Jessica Lange made her Hollywood debut in the 1976 remake of King Kong with her huge, hairy beast co-star. Now it's time to get intense with some new names on the list. Keep watching with us, and we'll take you to the heaven of beauties. Who could forget the stunning brunette who co-starred with the renowned Burt Reynolds in the classic picture Smokey and the Bandit? Sally Field began her career as a TV actor in the early 1960s, participating in the popular Gidget series. Some may be surprised to learn that Martha Stewart was a model long before she became famous for teaching the world how to bake the perfect cake. Diane Keaton, a Hollywood director, producer, screenwriter, and breathtakingly beautiful actress, made her significant cinematic debut in 1972 as Michael Corleone's wife in the legendary Godfather trilogy. Shirley MacLaine was one of Hollywood's most sought-after actresses in the 1950s. In 1955, MacLaine made her cinematic debut in Alfred Hitchcock's The Trouble with Harry. Helen Mirren, one of the few people to have ever won the Triple Crown of acting, is also one of the most attractive ladies of the 60s and 70s. Sybil Shepherd established herself as one of Hollywood's most attractive ladies when she starred in her first picture, The Last Picture, in 1971. Natalie Wood is most known for her performances in the films Rebel Without a Cause, West Side Story, and Miracle on 34th Street. Many people believe that Meryl Streep is the best actress of her generation, which is quite an accomplishment given the competition. I'm not sure whether any other female on this list would claim to be a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador as Susan Sarandon was in 1999. In the late 1940s, Lena Horne established herself as a great actress, singer, and dancer. However, due to her image as a political activist, she was briefly blacklisted by Hollywood. Julie Newmar is a beautiful actress who began her career both on stage and in the movie in 1952. Some of her most memorable roles include her Tony Award-winning performance in the Broadway play The Marriage Goes Round. Sandra Dee originally appeared in Hollywood as a child model before transitioning into television commercials. This blonde beauty is Tuesday Weld, who was an American actress that got her first break when she was just a child. For her role in Carmen Jones, Dorothy Dandridge became the first African-American actress to be nominated for an Academy Award in the Best Lead Actress category. This charming lady is none other than Rita Moreno, a Puerto Rican actress who has had a 70-year career. In the early phases of her career, she appeared in West Side Story as well as The King and I, and she can still be seen on television today. And this takes us to the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel to get more of this content and share it with others. Comment below your thoughts, and we'll see you in the next one.